And the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum show is going live about 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Way late. But we have excuses, I think. I don't know. Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. Have a bright sunny day. We have visitors here. We have Mr. Ed. He's one of our co-hosts sometimes. And we got Jerry. Whoop. Jerry. Whoop. Jerry's like, what are you doing? Anyway, today we're going to talk about a little football action. Right? Got a little football action. You can see my new shelf. I put the shelf up, so that's up there. So hopefully I'll have space somewhere in there for my book as it comes out. And I get it in the mail anytime now. Should be here any day. So I'll put that back there too. Anyway, so today it's a Metric Monday. We're going to talk about SuperBowl and BurnDown, BurnUp metrics. I wanted to experiment a little bit. I pre-did it, so it's not completely live and off the cuff, but I kind of wanted to see what it looked like and how it shaped up, see if it made any sense and if we can get anything out of it. So we're taking the Super Bowl score, and we're going to draw a burnt up chart, and we're going to draw a burn down chart based on the score by the periods, and we're just going to see, and it does give you a little analysis why you might want to do a burn up versus a burn down chart. And I'll talk about that towards the end. And again, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way. And every once in a while, we get guest hosts that pop into our show, especially when they're off on a holiday and they're here. And he's just making faces. So hopefully we'll get distracted by the Eddie over here in the corner making faces during the show, but we'll see. And we have Jerry. Jerry's just laying here sleeping. They all followed Eddie. Bubbles was here a second ago. I thought she was going to take something out, but who knows? Anyway, so I would have done it earlier, but I got to caught up reading on a couple things. And Jira, my favorite thing, kind of delayed. I saw something popping up in Jira. Apparently, Jira has a new release out there that kind of changed how all their sprint boards are looking like, the backlog boards. And I had to figure out why it was looking different and what I could do to make it look like the old way, because they don't give me the option to show the old way. So, and the issue was subtasks are now showing up on the sprint backlog, not in the board, but in the backlog part of the view, which I didn't want that. I liked it in the other way. So I don't know why they did it. Some people wanted it. Anyway, so let's get on the show. We're going to talk about Super Bowl and look at the football, right? Football and how do we score it. I'm not giving you football because you're going to take the world out. Get Jerry all whacked out. Okay, so I drew up a little pre-board here, and the burn up should go that way, and the burn down should come down this way. Now, I pre-did it because we know what the score was at the end. So, and that's a point with the burn up versus burn down. We'll hit that as we go. So I'm going to try. I pre-did this, and I'm going to use... I guess the black ink for San Francisco, and I'm going to use, I got a red one. We'll see how this works so we can get at least a little bit of difference in the two as I draw these. So on the burn up chart, and the reason why I wanted to do this because it's like the longest game in history, and I wanted to see if the burn up, burn down chart would actually show us anything different. So I have the periods marked out, and I recommend doing this with one first and then the other one. Don't try to go back and forth because that gets confusing, because I kind of started that and it didn't work for good. So first we're going to start with the burn up. So for this first period, I'm going to put a little bit above 0 so you can actually see it. Otherwise, you wouldn't see it. Neither team scored, right? So they're both on the 0 mark there. Maybe I'll make this a little bigger. So they're both kind of at the 0. Come the second quarter, San Francisco, which is our red, scored 10 points. So San Francisco, there's 10.
Wait, I thought...
What?
I thought Niners scored 3 points in the first quarter.
No, no one scored in the first quarter.
Okay.
According to the thing, it said no one scored in the first quarter. First quarter was empty. It was second quarter. So in the second quarter, as long as I read it right, the 49ers scored 10 points. So I'm going to mark it 10 here. And the Kansas City Chiefs scored 3 points. They got a field goal. So I'm going to put San Francisco's red. And Kansas City is going to be black. Okay, so we got these on here. Draw a little line. So this is our burn-up chart. It's kind of hard going back and forth. So come the second quarter, you see that. Okay, so San Francisco jumps up. Kansas City jumps up a little bit, past in between the 5 mark and the 2 mark. Then come the third quarter. San Francisco didn't score at all. So it's still at 10 points. So it kind of looks flat like that. Kansas City scored 10 points in the third quarter. So it actually went past it. Hi, Bubbles. Bubbles is here. So you can kind of see now where Kansas City kind of goes above it in the burn-up chart. Now, in the fourth quarter, they both had 19 total points. Okay. Like that. So it kind of looks like that because we're looking at both teams, right? And then I'll put a little 19 in there. It's like 19 up there. And then overtime, hi, Bubbles. What are you doing? You coming in here? We got a full crew here. Hi, Bubbles. What's up? You taking over the show? That's a calico. What do you want? All right, Tail. All right. Now you're stepping on my book, so I can't see what I got number-wise. Okay. So now on the last Bubbles, don't hit the microphone. So in the last overtime, we had 25 points for Kansas City, and we had 23 points for San Francisco. Was it 22? No, it was 23. I think. Right? 19?
No, it was 22.
Oh, 22. I got wrong. Okay, 22. So 22 and 25, right?
Yeah.
And that was the difference. 1 point difference was us winning the pool and not winning the pool. Terrible. So it kind of looks like that. So you can see that going out there. You can see a tail and a kid. Bubbles. Really? You had to be here too? You need attention?
She was jealous of Jerry.
Jealous of Jerry. Come here, Bubbles. Come here. Come over here. Sit there. There you go. Got a spot. So that was what the burn-up chart looks like for the game. Well, no, she's not happy with that. Come on, would you just be happy? I know you want attention. I blame my son on this whole show. So if you want to know why it's going crazy wrong and live in the afternoon, because 1, the kids are out of school, and 2, the boy's here causing trouble. All right. So on this side, now we're going to do the burn down chart. And then I'm going to talk about why one's good over another one. So at the beginning, we started 25 points. Because in theory, in a burn down chart, you know where you're going to start from. So we're going to start at 25 for that. And 22 for San Francisco, right? So that's Kansas City and San Francisco. So we got them on the chart there. Bubbles, you're sitting on my thing. Cat. And then we both go to 19. So then in the fourth quarter, we're both at 19. So here we are. So we're at 19. So there we are. We're at 19. And then in the third quarter, we had Kansas City. Had what? How did they do that? 19, 13. Oh, man. We both get 19. Did they both get 19? Guess
Yeah.
they did, didn't they? Wow. 19-3, yep. So Kansas City had 13 points. Which means what they get? They got a field goal?
Yeah.
2 field goals?
Probably.
2 field goals.
Or,
So 6 points, yeah.
or
So Kansas City had 13 points. So they had 13. And San Francisco had 10 points. That's Kansas City. And this is San Francisco. So now we're going down like that. You can see that. And then San Francisco leveled out to the second quarter. Didn't get nothing there. And Kansas City is going down. They go down to 3 points. Right? Yeah. So in that corner, they go down 3 points. And then they both go down to 1 in the end here. It's kind of hard to do this when you got cats and kids all around you. So that's kind of what the burn down chart looks like over here. Oops. Over here, we got the burn down chart. And over there, we have the burn up chart. So why would you want to do one over the other? Does it really tell you anything? No, they both finished. The question is, how would you interpret? I was just doing an experiment here. But one of the things it does tell you, the burn up chart is nice when you don't know what your goal is from a points perspective. You don't know one team's point goal was apparently 22 and the other team's point goal was 25. So you really don't know. When you do a burn down chart, you go, our goal is to have like 25 points, right? And get 25 points done before the end of the sprint, or 22 points done before the end of the sprint, depending on which team you were at. So the idea between the burn up and burn down is that the burn up chart is good when you don't know where your endpoint's going to be. And the burn down chart is good when you have a place you want to start from. We want to get so many points or so many issues or so many something done in a sprint. The burn down chart is a great way of looking at it. Are we going to meet that? Burn up chart is, we don't know how many we're going to get done. We're just going to track it as we burn up and see how it goes. So there's a difference when you use the two. Again, burn down, you kind of know where you want to start at or where you want to end up at. And burn up is you have no idea. And with that, Edward, do you have anything you want to share?
I finished my book.
You finished your book? I made a mistake. I bribed him. Says, you finish your book for your book report today? We can go to the store and get a baseball bat. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. He's looking forward to it. Now, got all the cats, dog, got to take Jerry for a walk. But I wanted to share that with you as an interesting way of looking at burn up and burn down charts, where you know where you're want to end up, and that's where you do a burn up chart. And when you don't know where you want to end up, you do a burn. No, I made them backwards. When you do know where you want to end up, you do a burn down chart.
Yeah.
When you don't know where you're going to end up, you do a burn up chart. That makes sense. Anyway, hope you have a great day. I want to wish you a happy day. Happy scrumming. Don't forget, next week we're doing I'm waving. Okay. We're doing our meetup group next Wednesday, the 28th of the month, the last Wednesday of the month this week, because we had a conflict. So be there. Hope you join us there. We're going to have Carl Freiberg. He's going to talk about goal setting and introduce some of the stuff he does with goal setting. So that'd be handy. And in the future, I think we're going to do some more OKR stuff. So with that, I want to wish you the best. Sign up for our newsletter so you can find out what's going on. We did do a couple recordings last week. We did a recording with Amit Kumar last week, and the week before we did one with Carl. So if you want to find out about them, they are recorded as interviews on our podcast and YouTube and all the other social medias, including LinkedIn and Facebook, that we also do. All right. Say goodbye, Ed.
Bye.
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.